Okay, so yung topic natin for today is about periodic motion. Any idea? Ano sa tingin niyo yung i-discuss natin today? Ideas, any ideas? Unmute na lang kayo, huwag na kayo mag-chat. Unmute kayo para marinig ko yung ideas niyo. About periodic motion. Kasi maraming definition yung ano eh. Pwedeng periodic sa chemistry, pwedeng periodic na yung definition niya sa English. Ano yung idea ninyo? Ideas ng dalawa ninyong klase, kunin natin yung first definition mo ni Jairus, tapos isama natin yung definition ni Ross. Sabi niya doon, motion involving time. Kasi periodic, okay? So, motion, alam natin yan, this is galaw or movement. Di ba? So, movement. So, there is movement. Pag sinabi natin may movement, meron siyang initial position and meron siyang final position, or meron siyang initial time and final time. So marami tayong kinoconsider na factors when we're talking about motion, di ba? Meron tayong change. Basta ibig sabihin nun, meron tayong nagbabago. Yung periodic dito, this is to indicate na repeating yung kanyang motion. So meron siyang period na tinatawag, repeating. And from the word period, ano ba yung ibig sabihin natin ng period, di ba? For example, sa time, sa years. Yung may, for example, sa business mathematics, yung may one period is a certain amount of time. Tapos ulit yun. Parang scheduled siya. Ayun yung sinasabi ng periodic motion. Ayun sabi niya, we define periodic motion to be a motion that repeats itself at regular time intervals. Ayun yung definition naman ng period. Period is a regular time interval. So yung definition ni periodic motion, basically, it is a motion, sulat natin, so motion that repeats itself. Okay, so it's a motion that repeats itself at regular time intervals. At regular time intervals. Okay, so yan. Yung isang example dyan, makikita niyo sa module, ang example na binigay niya is yung ating guitar string. Medyo malabo kasi yung illustration dyan na nakalagay. Pero yung guitar string, kung napapanood niyo yung mga video sa Facebook, yung mga video na, ay mga music video siya, tapos yung point of view niya is yung doon sa loob ng guitar. Tapos sa sky. Makikita niyo doon yung movement ng guitar is, hindi siya tuwid. So pag pinlock mo siya, ibig sabihin ng pinlock, ginalaw mo siya, when you pluck the guitar, ang movement niya is, kung i-analyze natin siya, para siyang wave. Na mabilis na mabilis. Okay? Tapos yung movement niya, it vary, depende doon sa string, di ba? Kapag mas manipis yung string, mas maliit. Pag mas malaki, mas malaki yung kanyang movement pag pinlock natin siya. Di ba yung pag nakita niyo siya sa Facebook, parang tumataba yung itsura niya. Ang hirap kasi i-describe eh. Pero ganun yung niya yan. Para siya nagva-vibrate yan. Vibrate. Okay? So yung vibration na yon, para maka-create ng sound, that is within certain time intervals. And those time intervals are said to be regular. Okay. So kapag pinlock yung guitar, magva-vibrate yung guitar to produce the sound. Tapos yung vibration na yun yung nag-produce ng ating sound. Okay. Okay, so again, the time to complete one oscillation remains constant and is called the period T. So yan, ito na mga na kagad tayo. Mga variables. So yan, period capital T. So this is period. Okay. So this is defined to be the time to complete one oscillation. O one oscillation or one cycle. So yan, capital T, that is one period. So kung naalala niyo yung sa ano natin, sa example natin sa gravity, di ba? Ang ginamit nating formula doon sa law of harmony ni Kepler is capital T, which represents period, di ba? That is defined to be the completion of one whole revolution. Ganun din siya sa periodic motion. So it is a time to complete one whole cycle or one oscillation. So be mindful of the small letter t and the capital T. Yung small letter t natin, this is the time. Okay? So time given to. So time. Tapos yung capital T, that is our period. So the word period refers to the time for some event, whether repetitive or not. Yeah. Next, we have the next term, frequency. So frequency natin is denoted as small letter F. This is frequency. Ito, frequency, medyo aware na kayo dito. Ito yung kung gaano umuulit. Ayan, it is the number of events per unit time. Sulat natin. Number of events per unit time. Okay? So, nasusukat yung frequency. Okay? So, frequency is the number of oscillations per unit time. So, yun yung gamit niya sa periodic motion. Si frequency, kung gaano, kung ilang beses siyang umulit. Okay? Kung ilang cycles or ilang oscillations yung nagawa. That is frequency. That is measured in terms of cycles per second. At ang kanyang formula, ito. Meron na tayong kagad formula, introduction pa lang. So, formula ni frequency is small letter f is equal to 1 over period. So, 1 over period. Okay? So, yan siya. Ang kanyang SI unit niya is hertz. Hertz. Or yung abbreviation is Hz. Ang equivalence ng 1 hertz is equal to, okay, 1 hertz. Tamang pakinggan, pero ano siya? Yun, Z kasi yung dulo. 1 hertz is equal to 1 cycle per second. 1 cycle per 1 second. Okay. So, yan siya. Hertz. Tatandaan nyo. Pag frequency, hertz yan. So, kung may makikita kayo yung, for example, sa computer parts, may nakalagay sa mga random access memory, yung sa RAM, meron tayong certain amount of megahertz, yung 2300, mga ganun bagay. That is the amount of repetitions. So, yun yung frequency niya. Hertz. So, yan. Define natin yung sa oscillation. A cycle is one complete oscillation. So, cycle. So, hindi ito yung sa bike, ano? Hindi ito yung sa bike. Okay, sorry. Naglolo ko yung zoom ko. Cycle is equal to one complete oscillation. Okay, siyan siya. So note that a vibration can be single or multiple event, whereas oscillations are usually repetitive for a number of significant cycles. Number of cycles. Okay, so bigay tayo ng example on how we can use yung ating frequency. So yan. Example 10A, if you can open your modules. Force of attraction. Determine the frequency of two oscillations. Medical ultrasound and the period of middle C. We can use the formulas presented to determine both the frequency based on known oscillations and the oscillation based on the known frequency. So, pwede natin siya, as we all know, formulas can be manipulated. Therefore, pwede nating i-manipulate din yung ating mga given. So, kung meron tayong, for example, a certain given, we can achieve a certain outcome. Or if we have the certain outcome, we can use it to find the given. Okay, so let's share one example. A medical imaging device produces ultrasound by oscillating with a period of, okay, so sulat natin siya, 0.400. Itong symbol na to, this is mu, which means micro. So microseconds. What is the frequency of its oscillation? So ang tinatanong is F. Okay, so now how do we solve for that? So substitute, sabi niya dyan, substitute 0.400 microseconds for t in f is equal to 1 over t. Okay? So ang ginawa niya, we have f is equal to, yan, sabi niya dyan, yun, tinatanong yung dalawang cycles niya. Okay, ang sinubstitute niya is 2 over t. Okay? So sinubstitute niya ito, this one, here. Pero ang ginawa niya, yung, kinonvert muna niya into seconds. No? Now, how do we convert this microseconds into seconds? Hanapin lang natin yung kanyang equivalent sa sa metric prefixes. Si micro, this is 10 raised to negative 6. Okay? So, isasalpak lang natin siya sa formula. So, we have 1 over 0.400 times 10 raised to negative 6 seconds. Then, what we're going to do, i-simplify lang natin siya. Okay, simplify natin to. Okay, so i-divide lang natin using our calculator. Ang lalabas sa sagot is supposedly to be 2.50 times 10 raised to positive 6 hertz. Okay, so kung i-convert natin yan into decimal notation, that is 2,500,000. So that is 2,500,000 hertz. Okay? Or kung i-convert natin siya into another metric prefix, that is 2.50 megahertz. Kasi yung mega is 10 raised to 6. Tama ba? Double check natin. Mega is 10 raised to 6. Tama ka. Okay. So yan, these three are equivalent values. So sa exam natin, I can accept the three values. So pwede natin gamitin ito or yung hertz. Tapos it's either in scientific notation or decimal notation. Gumaya ng undo. Gumaya ng undo. So yun, naiintindihan ba itong part na to? So, sa formula kasi natin pala, nakalagay is F is equal to 1 over. Kaya yun yung ginamit natin. Na-typo lang siguro itong sa book, hindi siya to. Okay. Questions tayo so far? Wala. If you have questions, unmute lang kaagad, then immediately raise your question. I told you, okay, gawin natin yung second example niya. So the frequency of the middle C on a typical musical instrument is 264 Hz. So meron tayong given na frequency is 264 Hz. So what is the time for one complete oscillation? Anong gagawin natin? We can use the same formula. So F is equal to 1 over capital T or period. So ang hinahanap natin dito is yung capital T. That is for oscillation. Okay? So ang gagawin natin, we can manipulate this formula to find T. So ang gagawin natin, we multiply both sides by so we multiply both sides by capital T. So this will cancel. Cancel yan. So meron kang F capital T is equal to 1. Then divide both sides by, eto baka ma-confuse kayo, capital T yung gamitin niya. Divide by F kasi that is feet. Mukha siyang feet. So cancel na dito. So we have T is equal to 1 over F. Then we can substitute to the formula na nabuo natin. So T is equal to 1 over 264 Hertz. So now, ang gagawin natin will be ito. Kung mapapansin nyo yung nasa book or nasa module ninyo, itong Hertz kinonvert niya into cycles per second. Pero these two are the same. Ang period naman natin is in seconds. Or whatever convenient. Pero yung standard natin is in seconds. So, i-simplify lang natin sa calcu. So, meron kang 3.79 times 10 raised to negative 3 seconds. Okay? Or, ito. Magagamitan natin yung tinuro ko ng module 1, which is unit conversion and dimensional analysis. Ano equivalent ni 10 raised to 3? Ang equivalent niya sa metric prefix is milli. Okay? M. So, pwede natin siyang 3.79 milliseconds. So, that is the time that it takes for one complete oscillation to achieve 264 Hertz as a frequency. Okay? Okay, so tingin na dito sa whiteboard. So, paano natin siya i-compute? First, we convert this into the base na Hertz lang. Okay? So, yung equivalent ni G, that is 10 raised to positive 9. Tama ba? Kasi M is positive 6. G yung kasunod niya, so positive 9. So mga hindi sure, reviewin nyo na lang yung metric prefix table natin. So yung capital G, that is giga. So 10 raised to 9. So magiging, ang equivalent niya is 2.4 times 10 raised to 9 Hertz. Now we substitute that to our formula that is equivalent to F. So kapag hinahanap natin yung T, ang formula natin na gagamitin is T is equal to 1 over frequency. So we substitute, we have 1 over 2.4 times 10. So, ayaw gumawa ng undo sa Zoom. Times 10 raised to 9 Hertz. And yung Hertz na to, we all know na this is cycle per second. So lalabas dyan is seconds. So T will be 4.17. Kaso ang kanyang times, ang scientific notation niya will be times 10 raised to negative 10. So, ano nang gagawin natin? Ilang significant figures ba yung given? We have 2SF. Ang sagot natin will be 4.2 times 10 raised to negative 10. Okay. Seconds. O, ano equivalent ni ito? Times 10? Times 10 raised to negative 10. Ang equivalent niya, pinakamalapit is times 10 raised to negative 9, which is nanoseconds. So, anong gagawin natin? May matitira tayo. Natin siya, ililipat natin yung decimal ng isa to the left. So, magiging sagot natin will be 0.42 nanoseconds. Okay? Or 0.42 times 10 raised to negative 9. Seconds. Yan. So, either of those three will be correct. Tama ba yung conversion ko? Anybody na nakakuha ng same answer as me? Anybody? Okay. Si Marvin, parehas ko. Okay, very good. Si Canlas, parehas din. Okay. Nanoseconds siya kasi yun yung pinakamalapit. So, yung isang oscillation na-complete ng 0.42 nanoseconds. So, tingnan nyo kung gaano siya kabilis. Sobrang bilis niya to achieve 2.4 gigahertz sa ating mga computers. Okay, so, bigay pa tayo na isa pa example before we proceed with simple harmonic motion. Let's convert naman. Pabalik tayo. So, ang period natin is, sabihin natin, 3.8 times 10 raised to negative 12 seconds. Okay. So, ang equivalent ng times 10 raised to negative 12, that is, ang kasunod ni nano, hindi rin ako sigurado. Yun, pico. Equivalent nito is 3.8 picoseconds. So, convert natin to into F. Ano yung frequency niya? So, kung yung one oscillation is completed in 3.8 picoseconds, what will be its frequency in hertz? Hertz. So, pag tinanong ko yung hertz, pwede nyo gamitin dyan yung decimal notation niya or yung kanyang scientific notation. Pero pag wala kang nilagay, for example, find the frequency lang, you can answer yung may metric prefix. Okay? Yun ito lang gagawin nyo. I-enter nyo na lang diretso na wala yung pen. I-enter nyo na lang diretso ito, this one, sa calculator. So, ang gagawin nyo is 3.8. Pindutin nyo yung 3.8. Tapos hanapin nyo yung may 10 raised to x. Then, input mo lang yung negative 12. Tapos pindutin mo yung equals. So, lalabas dyan na sagot will be, kung yung calculator nyo is single display, ganito yung itsura niya. 3.8. Tapos, may nakalagay dito sa gilid na 10 na maliit. Tapos may nakalagay 12 sa taas. Negative. Tapos, ang gagawin nyo lang, pipindutin nyo 1 divided by answer. So, yun na siya. Lalabas na ating sagot. Ayan na. Kaya nagtataka ako bakit ang tagal-tagal yung mag-solve. So, ganun lang siya. Ilang pindot lang sa calcu yan. Sundan ako. 3.8, tapos hanapin nyo yung times 10. Yung 10 raised to x nakalagay. Tapos negative 12. Yung negative natin is another symbol dyan sa calculator, hindi yung minus, ano? Kasi makakonfuse yung calculator. Kasi yung minus dyan sa baba, nakahilera ng numbers, that is for operation. Yung negative na for sign, meron yan sa taas, sa upper half. Yung mukhang dash. Yes. So, yung magiging sagot natin will be 2.63157897 times 10 raised to 11. So, yan. Sabi ni Marian na yung sagot. Yes, very good. So, ilang significant figures yung kinuha natin, we're getting 2. So, meron 2.6 times 10 raised to 11 hertz. So, kung hindi ko tinanong na hertz siya specifically, you can convert this into convert natin siya, anong kasunod ni counterpart ni pico sa positive. Counterpart ni pico sa positive is si tera. Okay, so this is equivalent to 0.26 terabytes. Ay, sorry, terahertz. Sana ako sa terabytes, okay. So this is equivalent to 0.26 terahertz kung hindi ko tinanong na hertz lang yung sagot. Pero kung tinanong ko, nakalagay sa Schoology natin sa exam, for example, na may nakalagay box, tapos meron nakalagay sa gilid na hertz. So, hertz dapat yung ibibigay nyo sa akin. It's either this one or yung kanyang decimal notation, which is 2, 6 followed by 10 zeros. Okay? So, yan siya. Unless walang nakalagay na ganito. For example, yung answer box natin sa Schoology is ganyan lang. Ganito nyo siya pwedeng sagot. Pwedeng ito, pwedeng ito, pwedeng ito. Okay, so it's up to you. So, pag hindi ko nilagay na ganyan, ilalagay ko na lang yung possible 3 possible nating answers. Okay? So, maliwanag ba tayo doon? Thumbs up tayo kung naiintindihan yun. Pagdating ng exam, be mindful sa unit. Kung nakalagay yung unit, susundan yung nakalagay na unit. Kung hindi nakalagay yung unit, it's your freedom kung anong gusto nyong gamitin. What is more convenient to you. Pero I suggest ito. Pag hindi ko nilagay, suggest na metric prefix kasi madali lang siya. Hindi kayo maghahanap ng raise pa dun sa times 10 raised to 2. Okay? So now, let's proceed with simple harmonic oscillations. Okay, so page 237, lesson number 2. Conditions for simple harmonic motion. Okay, so the oscillations of a system in which the net force can be described by Hooke's law are of special importance kasi these are simplest oscillatory systems, or yung SHM, or the simple harmonic motion, is the name given to oscillatory motion rather, for a system where the net force can be described by Hooke's law. Okay, so yung SHM, or yung simple harmonic motion. Okay. So, makikita nyo dyan yung kanyang mga illustrations ay nasa baba. Okay, so yung formula ng simple harmonic oscillator, the formula for simple harmonic oscillator is this. Simple harmonic oscillator. Ayan. The period, so ang hinahanap natin is T. So period is equivalent to 2 pi square root of m over k. Okay, so ayan. Ano ba yung m dyan? Ano yung k? So ayan, two important factors that affect the period. A very stiff object has a large force constant. So force constant natin yung k. This k is our force constant. So constant siya. Okay? Yung m natin dyan is mass. Yung pi is pi. Okay. Tapos t is period. Tapos, meron tayong dinefine dito. And the maximum displacement from equilibrium is called the amplitude x. Alam niyo naman yung definition ng amplitude, di ba? So, sa isang wave, so meron na tayong wave dito ha. So, sa isang wave, for example, drawing na siyang green. Yeah, that meant to scale yan. So, yung amplitude na sinasabi dyan is the distance from the equilibrium, so sa gitna, up to the highest point. So, yun yung maximum. So, this part na to, this is our capital X or yung ating amplitude. Pero kung mapapansin nyo, non-dependent yung simple harmonic oscillator sa amplitude kasi the capital X here in this formula is nowhere to be found. So, ibig sabihin, kahit anong size ng amplitude, pag we're dealing with simple harmonic oscillators or simple harmonic motion, hindi natin siya kakailangan. So, let's try example 10B on your module. Nasa baba, yung calculate the frequency and period of oscillations, the bad shock absorbers in a car. So, basahin natin yung given. If the shock absorbers in a car go bad, then the car will oscillate at the least provocation, such as when going over bumps in the road and after stopping. Calculate the frequency and period of these oscillations for such a car if the car's mass, including its load, so kung kasama yung mga nasa loob niya, is 900 kilograms. Sulat natin yung ating given. So yung mass daw ng car will be 900 kilograms. So, and the force constant K of the suspension system is 6.53 times 10 raised to the 4 Newton over meters. So, ang capital ay small letter K rather is 6.53 times 10 raised to 4. So, ilang SF yung magiging sagot natin based on our given? 1, 2, or 3 significant figures. We have ito. Susundan natin yung most. So, we have 3 SF sa ating final answer. Now, ang gagawin natin is to find for, hinahanap niya is calculate the frequency and period. So, we're finding for T and F. So, now how do we find? Yan. How do we find that? So, we can first find yung T, then use the formula. Yung F is equal to 1 over T. So, unahin na muna natin finding T. Unahin natin to. So, we substitute that to the formula. So, we have T is equal to 2 pi. Sorry, 2 pi. Ayaw niya mapindot. 2 pi square root of, ano yung M natin? Ang mass natin is 900 kilograms. Kung mapapansin nyo, medyo iba yung formula na ginagamit natin. Ano? Kasi inuna ko dito yung T. Sa book kasi inuna niya yung F. Kasi binigay niya din yung alternate formula. Pero i-derive natin yun after this one. Okay, so 900 over 6.53 times 10 raised 4 Newton over meters. So, ano magiging sagot natin? Tingnan natin muna yung ating magiging unit sa loob, ano? So, meron tayong kilograms times meter over newtons. Ano equivalent ng meter? Ay, ng newtons. Newton is equivalent to kilogram meter per second squared. Tama? So, substitute natin to kilogram meter per second squared. So, now we will have ano magiging sagot natin dyan? Meron tayong kilogram meter over kilogram meter over second squared. So, itong second squared, tataas siya. Then, magka-cancel itong nasa baba. So, ang lalabas dito na unit will be second squared. Then, what we're going to do is we divide. So, meron tayong 2 pi square root of, ano magiging sagot natin? 900 divided by 6.53 times 10 raised to 4. So, meron kang 0.013782542. Then, you square root that, square root of answer. So, meron kang 0.11 times 2 times pi. So, meron kang 0.7376. If you followed my step-by-step, okay, kung sinundan sa Calcu, ang lalabas yung sagot must be 0.736 chuchunes. Ay, sorry, 7376. Yan. So, ang kinukuha natin is 3 significant figures lang. Okay. Kapag 3 significant figures, our answer will be 0.738 seconds. Sir, bakit naging seconds? Tingnan nyo to. Di ba? Pagdating dito, second squared siya. Pinasok natin siya sa square root. So, pati yung unit may square root. So, square root of s squared will be s na lang. So, ang period natin will be 0.738 seconds. Now, we can use this to find f using the formula f is equal to 1 over t. Pero dahil gusto nating pahirapan ang buhay, i-derive natin siya using this formula and using this formula. Okay? Lipat tayo sa kabilang page. So, t, ito yung original formula, 2 pi, square root of m over k. Okay? Dahil mahilig natin pahirapan ang buhay. So, now substitute natin si t dito ng 1 over f. Okay? So, is equivalent to 2 pi square root of m over k. Now, anong gagawin natin? We can raise this both in negative 1. Unconventional to. Or, kasi same lang din naman lalabas, we cross multiply. Multiply natin to pag ganun. So, meron kang 1 is equal to 2 pi f square root of m over k. Then, you divide both sides by 2 pi square root of m over k. Yan. Divide both sides. 2 pi square root of m over k. Okay. So, lalabas dyan will be 2 pi square root of m over k raised to negative 1 is equal to f. So, if we're going to simplify this one, ang lalabas dyan will be 1 over 2 pi square root of k over m. Sir, bakit naging square root of k over m? Ito, tatandaan nyo, yung square root natin, pwede siyang paghiwalayin when it comes to their product and quotient. So, square root of m over square root of k is equivalent to square root of m over k. So, pag binaliktad natin yan, yung reciprocal niya kapag ni-raise sa negative 1, that will be equivalent to square root of k over square root of m. So, kung ano lang, i-stay mo lang siya. Pag pinasok mo siya sa isang radical sign, susundan mo lang kung sino yung kanyang numerator at kanyang denominator. So, k over m. So, yan siya. So, we can use this formula para mahanap natin yung f without looking for t. Okay? So, depende siya. So, pwede natin itong gamitin. Okay? So, sulat ko lang ulit yung given. Yung ating mass is 900 kilograms. Ito pa rin yun, ha? Gagamitin natin itong isang formula. And K is 6.53 times 10 raised to 4 Newton over meters. So, substitute na tayo. Nga pa ba na wait. Okay. So now we substitute to the formula. We have F is equal to 1 over 2 pi square root of K over M. Substitute, we have 1 over 2 pi square root of, ano yung K natin? That is 6.53 times 10 raised to 4 Newton over meters. Divide it by, ang mass natin is 900 kilograms. Okay? So, kung isi-simplify natin siya, i-enter lang natin sa calcu. We have 6.53 times 10. Hanapin yung times 10 na button, raised to 4. Divide by 900. Then you square root that. We multiply that by 1/2 or divide na lang by 2. Divide by pi. So we have 1.355. Dahil 3 significant figures, we will get 1.36. 1 over second raised to negative. So, 1 over S. And alam natin yung 1 over S, this is equivalent to Hertz. Okay? So, meron kang 1.36 Hertz. So, this is finding the frequency using the simple harmonic oscillation formula. Same lang din naman makukuha natin. O, balikan natin to. Find F using this formula. Ito yung given natin. So, may margin of error ka lang dyan kasi nag-significant figure tayo. So, 1 over 0.738 is 1.355. Or, significant figure is 1.36 Hertz. So, same. Tama ba? Same. Same as this one. O, same. How about kung ito yung gamitin natin naman dito sa side na to? So, we'll have T is equal to 1 over 1.36. So, meron T will be 0.735 seconds. Tignan natin kung kaparehas siya. Hindi. Bakit? Kasi meron tayong margin of error dahil nag-round off tayo. Pero, kung mapapansin nyo, yung margin of error niya na pumunta na dun sa 1,000. So, maliit na. Minimal na lang yung kanyang margin of error. That is yung uncertainty natin, di ba? So, meron tayong plus minus 0.003. So, yun yung uncertainty niya. So, that is also correct. So, you can use either processes, pero mas safe if we use yung long, yung ito, itong mga long na formulas. Kasi mas accurate lalabas siya. Okay? Nagets ba? Nagets naman yung... So, the link between simple harmonic motion, sabi dito, it can be presented yung ano daw, the function of the displacement using time. So, pwede natin siyang i-present as function na x of t. So, illustrate natin siya. Pwede natin siyang i-present as function na ganyan. So, x of t, that means function of t in terms of x. Okay? So, the displacement as a function of time t, sabi dyan, is equivalent to the amplitude times cosine 2 pi t over period. Diba? Haba. Dalawa na yung t natin. Lanan mo siyang r. Pwede yun. So, 2 pi t over period. Okay? So, yan daw yung function of displacement using time. So, x dyan na capital, that is our amplitude. So, capital X yan. That is at t is equal to 0. So, time is equal to 0. Kung ano yung amplitude at time is equal to 0, ito yun. So, x. So, at the initial position is x sub 0 is equal to x and the displacement oscillates back and forth with the period t. So, ang illustration kasi niya, nalito illustration niya, nasa baba. Okay. So, meron pa tayo isang formula daw. Furthermore, from this expression of x, the velocity v as a function of time can be given as, so velocity t, so function of velocity using time is equal to negative v maximum, negative v sub maximum. Bakit ayaw gumana ng undo? Negative v maximum sine 2 pi t over t. Pi t all over t. So ito naman, when we're finding for velocity, this one when we're finding for the displacement. So yung V maximum natin dito is, ito yung formula niya, V maximum is equal to 2 pi x. So ang dami nating formula over period. Which is also equivalent to x square root of k over n. X dyan is ano ha, displacement. Ay, so, wavelength, amplitude. Capital X yan. The object has zero velocity at maximum displacement. For example, v is equal to 0 when t is equal to 0. And yung acceleration niya, and according to Newton's law, sabi dito, the acceleration is a is equal to f over m. So force over mass. Ito yung derived from the Newton's second law, which is F is equal to ma. Tama? So, ang equivalent niya is kx over m. Kx. So, yung x dyan is maliit na x. Kx over m. So, acceleration can also be presented as a function of t. So, a of t is equivalent to negative kx over m cosine 2 pi t 2 pi t over capital T. Okay, so medyo mahaba yung formula for acceleration. So yan siya. So illustrate natin dahil in-illustrate niya dito sa book. Ito muna yung x as a function of t. So meron ka dito line. Sulat tayo dyan. Kung mapapansin ninyo, nag-start siya at x. Pababa. Okay. So ito, from distance nitong point na to this point, that is 1 period. So this is capital T. Okay, so ayan yung illustration ng 1 period. So from one top ng wavelength to another. So ito naman, itong point na to, this is our capital X or yung amplitude, positive amplitude. Ito namang sa baba, this is our negative X. Yung gitna nila, that is 0. Okay? So yung 0, that is our equilibrium. So ito siya. So makikita nyo, ito yung time natin, itong vertical line. This is our time. So that is at t is equal to 0. So kung for example, ito ay 1, yan, ganyan siya. So ito ay 2, gano'n. 3, ganyan siya. So this is at t is equal to 0. Nag-start siya dito ha. Pansinin nyo, nag-start siya yung ating function of x in terms of t. Nag-start siya sa amplitude. Next one. Yung function naman ni, ayusin ko na yung drawing. Function naman ni velocity. This is for x, ito para sa v, ito para sa a. Okay. Yung velocity naman niya, nagsimula siya at negative. Isipin nyo na lang equal yung mga amplitudes niyan sa taas at baba. So this is positive x, negative x. So yung period niya is from this point. Ito. This is 1t. Yung next amplitude will be here. Ito. 2t. So, dalawang period yan. Ito naman, third period. Ayan siya. Burahin natin ito. Yes, ako nagpura lahat. So, ito siya. So, yung 1, ito, dito yung isang t. So, from this point up to this point, that is one, what do you call this? One period. The next one, dito yung second period. Kung mapapansin nyo, 1t, 2t, 3t. Kasi, kapag pinag-add mo na itong dalawa, dalawa na yung period niya. Kapag pinag-add mo na yung tatlo, tatlo na yung period niya. So, ganun siya. Para lang siya nag-i-scale sa Cartesian plane. So, kung makikita nyo, yung ating velocity at t is equal to 0, 0 din siya. At x is equal to 0, 0 din siya. Unlike dito kay displacement, nag-start siya at positive x na amplitude. So, next one, we have acceleration. Nag-start naman siya kay negative x. So, mapapansin nyo, ito, this position natin, nag-start kay positive x. Yan, ito. Nag-start kay positive x. Si velocity, nag-start kay 0. Si acceleration naman, nag-start kay negative x. So, negative x, tataas siyang ganyan. Bababa, tataas, bababa, tataas, bababa. So on and so forth. So, yung one period niya will be up to here. So, hanggang dito, this is one period. So, this is another period. So, hindi pantay. This is another period dito. Yan, ganyan siya. Ito, period, ito, period, ito, period. Ito naman, period, period, period. Ano napansin nyo? Yung x natin, that is yung kabaliktaran. Ito, kabaliktaran nito. Na-flip lang. Okay, so the most important point here is that these equations are mathematically straightforward and are valid for all simple harmonic motion. These are very useful in visualizing waves associated with simple harmonic motion, including visualizing how waves add with one another. So ito yung wave na position or yung displacement natin, velocity and acceleration. Next, we have simple pendulum. Familiar naman tayo sa pendulum, di ba? Thumbs up pag familiar sa pendulum. Anong itsura ng pendulum? Okay, so pendulum, ito yung nakikita natin madalas sa clocks. Okay, siya yung nakakatakot sa mga horror movies, yung nagtitik, tik, tak, tik, 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 tik. So yung mga pendulum clocks, those are clocks of the past. Okay, kasi yung mga clocks natin ngayon is digital or analog na kakaiba na yung kanyang mechanism. Si pendulum, kung mapapansin nyo, yung may clock dati na ganito itsura. Sa mga horror movies kasi madalas to eh. Kasi meron siyang e-revive to it. So, yan. Pendulum, may glass siya. Tapos may clock ka dito sa taas. Tapos yung pendulum, yung may yung mukha siyang string, tapos may naka-attach na ganyan. Tapos pag ganun lang siya. So yun yung pendulum. So, syempre, dahil sa physics, gusto natin pahirapan ng mga buhay natin, meron din formula yung pendulum. So, yan. Pendulum, these are common usage sa ating simple harmonic motion. So, we begin by defining displacement to be the arc length S. Kasi kung mapapansin nyo, kung maaalala nyo yung ating rotational motion, si pendulum is naka-attach siya to a fixed point, tama? So, kapag naka-attach to a fixed point, ang kanyang motion will be circular. Circular. So, circular in nature. So, ibig sabihin, itong point na to will be the center of the circle. Yung length ng pendulum will be our radius. Tapos, yung path na sinusundan niya, that is our arc length. So, arc yan, arc. So, yung pendulum, yung sinusundan niyang motion will be back and forth, going left to right. Pero, hindi siya to width. It is circular in nature. So, pabilog siya. Therefore, if we're going to illustrate that using physics, illustrate natin siyang pa ganyan. Tapos, ito. Isipin nyo na lang straight line yung dotted na yan. Tapos, ito hindi siya straight. Bilog siya. Yan. So, this one will be the angle theta. This one will be the arc length L. Sabi niyo dyan, arc length L. Tapos, ito. Ay, sorry. Radius L rather. Radius L. Yung arc length natin is small letter S. So sabi dito, now if we can show that the restoring force is directly proportional to the displacement, then we will have a simple harmonic oscillator. So in trying to determine if we have a simple harmonic oscillator, we should note that for small angles less than about 15 degrees, sine theta is equal to, is approximately theta. Okay, so thus for angles less than 15 degrees, the restoring force F is equivalent to, or is approximately negative mg theta. Yung G natin dyan is the force of gravity. Okay. So displacement S is directly proportional to theta. So when theta is expressed in radians, the arc length in the circle is related to its radius. L yung ginamit natin. So ang kanyang formula for arc length is equal to radius times the angle niya, nakatapat. So for small angles, then the expression for the restoring force will be ito. Sinubstitute natin siya. So ito ay for lesser 15 degrees, less than 15 degrees. So kapag mas malaki na sa 15 degrees, meron kang F is approximately negative mg over radius times S. Ayun siya. Sinubstitute lang natin ito, yung theta, doon sa part niya na yung theta. Dinerive natin siya using this. Pakita ko lang in orange yan. So ito, kung gagawin natin in terms of theta, we'll have S over L. So kung mapapansin nyo, itong theta na dito, sinubstitute lang natin siya here. So pina natin siyang S over L. Yung S is nasa numerator, yung L ay nasa denominator. Approximately to ha, dalawang curl. Kasi ang hirap i-sulat. Dalawang curl siya. Hindi siya equals. Okay? So the expression is in the form F is equal to negative kx, which means it is directly proportional, where the first constant is given by the k is equal to mg over L, and the displacement is given by x is equal to s. For angles less than about 15 degrees, the restoring force is directly proportional to the displacement, and the simple pendulum is a simple harmonic oscillator. So using this equation, we can find the period of the pendulum for amplitudes less than 15 degrees. So for the simple pendulum, ito yung formula niya. We have T is equal to 2 pi square root of mk. So ito yung original formula niya for SHM. Diba? M over K. So using yung ating simple pendulum, may lalabas tayong 2 pi over M over mg over L. So lalabas dyan will be, using natin sulat, mg over L. So ito akyat sa taas, then makakancel yung m. So meron ka na lang matitira na t is equal to 2 pi over L over g. So yung L natin dito, papaalala ko lang, this is our radius. So yun yung length ng pendulum. So yan, mas meron tayong example. Pahingal. Okay, so let's try example 10C. Measuring acceleration due to gravity, the period of a pendulum. Nasa title na, ang hinahanap natin is hindi T. Measuring acceleration due to gravity. So what is the acceleration due to gravity? Yun yung G natin. Acceleration due to gravity. Pagpasensyahan nyo na yung sulat ko. Naglolo ko na yung tablet. So what is the acceleration due to gravity in a region where a simple pendulum having a length? So yung length ng pendulum natin is capital L. So 75.000 centimeters. Has a period of, ang period niya is capital T, is equivalent to 1.7357 seconds. So ilang significant figure sa sagot natin? SF natin is 5. So strategy, we were asked to find G given the period T and length L of the pendulum. So using the formula, we have T is equal to 2 pi. Layo ng pi ko, sorry. 2 pi over L over G. Okay, so yan siya. So pwede natin gawin, sabi ko dati, we can use two different sets of solutions. We can first manipulate first the equation, then we substitute, or we can substitute directly, tapos manipulate na lang natin as we go along. Pero as you prefer, manipulate na natin yung ating equation. So we are finding for G. Okay, so how do we find G? Kailangan mawala muna si square root sa kanya. So what we're going to do is, we will square both sides. So squared, squared. So this will cancel. So meron kang T squared is equal to 4 pi squared times L over G. So what we're going to do is multiply G to both sides. So we will have G, capital T and dapat. GT squared is equal to 4 pi squared times L. Then we divide both sides by T squared para mawala yung katabi ni G kasi G yung hinahanap natin. In this case, G is not always, so actually constant siya. Pero pinakita lang natin kung paano siya madederive. So meron kang G is equal to 4 pi squared L over T squared. So what we're going to do next is we can substitute mga ating mga given. So G is equivalent to 4 pi squared. 4 pi squared. Tapos yung L natin is 75 centimeters. Divide by T squared. So times period na squared, 1.7357 seconds squared. Okay? Gawin na natin meters tong given kasi magkamali na naman yung book. Hindi niya convert. Sige, gawin natin 75 meters. Or, wait lang. Let's check. Gawin natin CM2. So, ito muna pala, nakalimutan natin, i-convert muna siya into meters. Kasi yung standard unit for acceleration is meter per second squared. So, 75 centimeters, that is equivalent to 0.75 meters. Tingnan natin kung tama yung given. So what we're going to do is i-enter sa calculator. So meron tayong 0.75 times 4 times pi squared. Then divided by 1.7357 squared. So meron tayong makuha 9.828. So ilang SF yung kinukuha natin? 5. So meron tayong 9.8281 meters per second squared. And this is our acceleration due to gravity. Ito yung ginagamit natin constant every time. Yung 9.8 meters per second squared na sinasabi natin, this is it. Okay? So yan. Na thumbs up ko naintindihan.